Please give Kate a warm welcome.
Really? 30 years, we've known this as the English street community, but my community calls it the Bluffs. My name is Kate Boccia. I live in Alpharetta. 21 years ago, I moved my family here with my husband to our beautiful cul-de-sac neighborhood. We had like-minded neighbors. We had great thriving schools. My husband had a great business opportunity. Brought my two children, Daniel, 21 months old, and Paige was 8 months old. I was room mom, team mom, soccer mom, mom. Fast forward to today, 21 years later. I'm now the mom of Daniel J. Boccia, inmate number 1,946-150. Daniel was also a heroin addict. When my world collided with the Bluffs, it was because of my son's heroin addiction. And he recently wrote me a letter, and it said he would go and squirt his drugs on the west side of Atlanta, right where I stand right now. I have friends and family in the room. The father lost a child to the heroin crisis due to the drugs in the west side of Atlanta. What you guys call the English street community, which really is what it should be called. And we should eliminate the name the Bluffs and call it what it is. Because I'm just a mother, and all the mothers in the room, raise your hand. If you have a child, the only thing you want, doesn't matter if you live in the English street community, if you live in the suburbs of Alpharetta, if you live in Valdosta, we all want the same thing for our children. We want them to thrive and grow. We want them to feel safe. We want to know that the drugs aren't there for them to just pop in their mouths and become addicts. So all mothers want the same thing, doesn't matter where we live. So my goal, when I met with John and Reverend Motley, I think coming into the Bluffs and saying, I know you're here. I know this community exists. I know there's children that are homeless today, right now, right here, this very second. But I know my son is safe in prison. I think a lot of mothers that live in the English street community can understand that as well. He's safer in prison than he is right here in this community. So it has to stop. It takes someone like me who had a great loss. My son is doing great, though. He's alive. Some of my friends can't say that about their kids. So it would take a great community like you, leaders, to go back and say, we understand what's going on, willing to talk about it. Katherine Johnson's death, we all remember that if you lived here long enough, 1996. And I remember thinking that was horrific, but guess what I did after a month or two? I just ignored it. You know, it was people like John taking care of it. We all good down there. But that's not the truth. The truth is when the evilness is in a community, it will certainly spread its ugly tendrils out to all the surrounding communities. And that is historic, and we know that. So what I would ask of everybody here today is to donate time, money, thoughts, ideas to all the projects. Thanks for letting me share my story.
Thank you.